Hi, it's Nikki here from Happy Hormones for Life and the NTBA. I am here in the first video of 2022, so Happy New Year to you all. It's hopefully a better year than last year for many of us. I hope you've managed to have a nice rest over the holiday period. And today I wanted to come in and talk to you about clinical support. And I talk a lot about business support, and I run the courses on business support, which is really really helpful to get your clients through the door. But we also, when we speak to NTs, we also realise that there are a couple of things that really hinder you in building your clinical practice once you've got some clients to work with. The first one is lack of confidence now, or imposter syndrome, which I see all the time, especially when I'm teaching the business skills to NTs that are just starting out, or NTs that maybe haven't had a huge amount of client experience, or they're coming back to a practice after a few years break, and really feeling like they need to build up their confidence again. Classic imposter syndrome. You just feel like you're not good enough, you don't know enough, and it's rife amongst us NTs because of course there is so much to learn and so much to know. But the thing is, you don't actually need to know all of that stuff. And when you're lacking confidence and you're doubting yourself with clients, it makes it very very difficult to sell to new clients, because if you're not 100% confident, they're going to see that and they're not going to be confident either. It's also difficult to get your clients the best results because they're not going to be as compliant if they're sensing that you're doubting your recommendations or doubting yourself in any way, if you're kind of hesitating. It's also not very enjoyable because self-doubt leads to confusion, to analysis paralysis, anxiety and stress, all of which increase the risk of you giving up, which is not what we want to happen. And of course that impacts, all of these things impact you, your business, the way you set up your NT business in the first place, and why you've come into doing this job in the first place. So that means to make money, to have more impact and to have more freedom in your life. So this lack of confidence thing is a really really key area that we need to build on and you need support with. The second thing we see a lot with NTs is this working too hard, burning out, exhaustion, and or on your way to that if you're not there already. But you'll know what I mean if you've got a few clients already. You don't have to have loads to feel exhausted with this. The work is very draining as it is, but it's not that actually that's burning us out. It's the admin and the prep and the research time that we're spending on each client. So when you're doing too much of this, you can feel exhausted, you can feel disorganized and anxious, you can feel forgetful because your mind is confused. And most of all, you can feel resentful because actually when you boil down the hourly rate you're being paid, once you put in all the pre and post prep work, is barely minimum wage a lot of the time. So this can be really, you can start to feel resentful because you're doing work that you're not really getting paid for your value. Now, if any of that sounds familiar, I don't want you to feel alone. This is a very very common thing. Both of these things are common, whether you're in one or both camps. I know exactly how you feel. I was there myself in the very beginning. I lacked confidence, and once I started getting clients, I didn't have any systems in place, and my clinic was a total mess. So I just felt exhausted and burnt out, and I was just at that point of giving up when I actually met the amazing Lauren Lovell. If you don't know Lauren, she is our Chief Operating Officer at Happy Hormones. She's been with me pretty much from the start. After I started out on my own, obviously, and then I met Lauren a couple of years into my business, and she basically saved the business because I think it was going. I was going downhill rapidly. So she came in and she changed everything. She is the sole reason I didn't end up burning out, and that we were able to build Happy Hormones into what it is now. So she went ahead and implemented 3 things that were critical to our success as a clinic. And we call them our 3 S's, our 3 foundations, and they are systems, skills, and support. So these 3 things are incredibly important, and I'm going to be going through them with Lauren on a free training next Thursday, the 13th of January at 12:30 p.m. So it would be amazing if you could join us, because we're going to be looking at these 3 areas, because they are just vital to running a successful and efficient clinical practice that doesn't burn you out, because that's what we're all here for. We don't want to be burning out and exhausted and not enjoying what we do, because our job is so important. Especially this year, we've got lots of people needing our services coming out of the pandemic, prioritizing their health. There's huge opportunities for all of us to do an amazing job and really get good results and start transforming people. So I really hope you can join us, because this part of what we do is incredibly important. I'm going to be putting the link underneath this video, so hopefully you'll be able to join us. You'll get a replay if you register anyway, and it would be lovely to see you. So I hope to see you then. I hope you're all well. Take care.